I was going to ask Brother Adesoji, I don't know where you're going with this next, but I wanted to also go, I have a quote I wanted to mention here just to show how dire this issue is. I mean, we all know. And in these moments where we are reminded by the incidents happening and the atrocities happening, we remember it. But months go and we forget, and we're acting like everything is normal, and it happens again next year. And it happens again the following year. But just to show how much this is happening in the US. And also I wanted us to go and talk about Chief Davis, and connect it to this, because there's a reason why it keeps happening. And I'm charging the system now. I'm charging those who are put in charge. I am putting the blame on them for allowing this to continue happening. I am putting the blame on Chief Davis for allowing these men to be out there knowing their character. And I'll come back to that. But Dr. DeGroy, in her book Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, says, and this is in New Jersey, in 1999, an investigation in New Jersey revealed that black drivers, we're talking about just driving,
Right.
on the New Jersey Turnpike were 5 times more likely than white drivers to be stopped by New Jersey State Police.
Yep.
5 times more likely. And when I think about the video that I was watching of Tyre Nichols, in my head I'm asking myself, I'm thinking 14th Amendment. Why did you stop this young man? Why are there 5 plus police cars on one man who is unarmed? Why the excessive policing? Why?
Yeah.
Are you all bored? Do you have nothing to do? If you don't have anything to do, I honestly have projects in the community that you can do.
No, I mean, you lay very salient point, and even in that interaction, there are 3 things that were happening simultaneously. One, they were pulling at him, they were shouting at him, they were also giving him instructions at the same time.
And he said, I hear you, I am down. He gave in. But
He
they
said-
still were barking.
But those, I'm just interjecting for a second here. Those yelling were not really directed at him. It was not for him.
It was
for the recording, which they would later then use
as
in their defense.
It was
that he was resisting, and that's why they kept shouting. In fact, I forget which incident in another location where the officers were shouting preposterous commands that had already been complied with, you see, but they did not realize, they actually thought their cameras were off and it recorded it to show how preposterous they were. The so-called suspect had complied, had done everything that had been told, and they were still saying, do this, and at one point even said, he's reaching for my gun, when the person's hands had already been handcuffed, and they ended up killing that individual.
Brother
So that's part of the reason why they always yell those instructions. It has no correlation with what's being done. They're just establishing their defense. And also, sister, you brought up the book, The Post-Traumatic Slavery Syndrome. Let's also not forget this very important fact, that most police departments in the United States evolved from slave patrols,
slave catchers,
patrols that used to go out to search for enslaved Africans who had managed to escape. And that type of enforcement is what then developed into the modern police forces that we see.
And so you also then see the interaction, which is when you ask questions, it's not questions, but it's actually orders. Where are you going? Remove boy. Where are you coming from? Remove boy. Where are you? Who are you speaking to like that? Boy. So that is all from the slavery era. You know, this idea that we have impunity over your body. You have no say in what happens to you here on in. You know, once you cross that crucible of interaction with the police, you effectively their property.
Exactly. And that is the charge they've been given, to protect property. And you are not human anymore. You
Well,
are not human
you were
anymore.
once property as well.
Yes, you were. You were. That's exactly where I'm going with that. To them, in their minds, they're still operating under that mindset. And I was going to say, in